So here's what started it all. I'm in, it's in drive at the moment, and the car moves forward when you take your foot off the brake, pretty normal. Put it into neutral. Now it's kicked off the automatic accelerator on the manifold for the fuel injection, so it should be in neutral. When I take my foot off the brake, it creeps forward as if it's in drive. And it does the same thing when I put it into park. It'll creep forward onto the parking detent, so it's actually in gear at the moment. If I put it into reverse, into neutral, it releases, everything's fine. It's idling normally, take foot off the brake, car's not moving. Put it in drive, car moves forward, put it in neutral, car keeps moving forward, as if it's in gear. So that's what started the whole thing, why we're looking at upgrading the gearbox. Okay, so this is the valve body, which is the main brains of the operation. There's a couple of tubes here which feed the clutch packs, and they've got some O-rings on them which should be replaced, and they're readily available. So that's good. And there's a couple of seals in here. They drive the piston bands to actually change the gears. I'll just look inside. So it's come out of there. Those two tubes, no rings, go in here to feed the clutch packs. And those two other seals go down through here, and they push the pistons to hold the bands on. Bands on the other side are pushed on with the very large pistons here. I don't know the full workings of that operation, but there's a piston inside each of these that push on and hold the brake band. This gearbox is slightly different to the one I've got in the car currently, because it doesn't have the solenoids, which I'm hoping can be swapped over. There should be a solenoid on here to inform the constant speed solenoid on the fuel injection to push forward and keep the car running once you put it into gear, to take up the extra load of the gearbox going into gear. So hopefully that can swap straight over to what's on the gearbox currently. The valve body is a series of valves. I don't know what each one does, but there's quite a few valves in the top section. There's a middle section which has more valves, and even a bottom section. And obviously the movement of those valves is directing oil through the different galleries to do the various functions of the gearbox. It's not just the bands, but there's other components to it as well. I don't know them, but I'm trying to learn. And this is the actual gear shifting mechanism. That's what moves to change the gears on the side. So that's what directs the oil into different directions. It makes the oil go through each of the bands. There's one band to push something on. There's one valve to push on the band. There's another valve to push off the band. And the valves are obviously making all of the clutch packs and the bands work in a sequence.